Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, I have a question for you. Can you sell better than a fifth grader? I got a graduate level course in sales this morning from somebody who truly inspires me. She's 11 years old. Her journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
So there's an amazing networking group in Dallas called Success North Dallas. And for 36 years, they've been meeting on the third Wednesday of every month. And this morning, they had their youngest speaker ever take the stage. She's 11 years old, and she shared the stage with her father. Both are in the studio right now, Jeff Harrison and Audrey Harrison. Thanks both for coming on my show.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I didn't know what to expect. I mean, I saw the write-up, and I didn't fully know that I was going to be taken to college this morning. Let's begin with you, Audrey. When did you start your gourmet popcorn business?
I started my business when I was only 5 years old.
And what was the plan? When you started it when you were 5, what were you imagining?
Well, when I was only 5, I didn't really know what to think. I was like, how it happened, I was just going home from whatever it was in the car, and I was just like to my dad, hey, Dad, I want a business. And he was like, okay, let's make that happen.
Wow. And Dad, I'm going to give you the Father of the Year award because I love the lessons that Audrey is experiencing through sales. So when she first came up with this idea of popcorn, you said, yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, I mean, when we first started, it wasn't that clear. I mean, she said she just wanted a business, and we just went out and we said, okay, well, what is it going to be? It took us a few months to figure out what we were going to do because it could have been a product, it could have been a service, it could have been online, it could have been there was just lots of opportunities. So I just didn't want her to say, pick anything real quick. And one day we were just driving home and we passed like an industrial park. And it had this sign out there that just said, just poppin'. And we went, I bet they make popcorn back there. So that got us thinking about it. And we were like, oh, we can do caramel popcorn. And we took some time to figure it out. And we didn't know anything about making caramel popcorn at the time. Once we started doing it, we tried different recipes. We figured it out. And then all of a sudden it just clicked. And once we did that, it was off to the races, really.
Okay, seeing is believing. You've created dozens and dozens of videos. This is one of my favorites. Let's go ahead and roll it.
Can I sell 30 bags before my grandma's birthday party in 3 hours? We'll see. Hi, would you like a free popcorn sample? It's the world's best.
Okay, I'll try your
Yes, that's caramel. I am choosing caramel.
I'll do 2 of those. Okay.
Two of these?
One of each, yeah.
Yeah.
And the card. Okay. Oh, you are adorable.
Thank you. Thank you. Hope you have a wonderful day.
Okay, that's our first one, and that's 2 bags full so far.
Hi, I'm selling the world's best gourmet popcorn. Would you like a free popcorn sample? And it's my business.
Oh, this is your own business?
That's caramel. I have
Caramel.
Caramel? How many would you like?
I'll take this
One?
Yes.
Okay, that will be $5. Just another satisfied customer. Hi, would you like a free popcorn sample? It's the world's best. Thank you.
Okay, I think we're gonna do some cheese popcorn.
Cheese? How many would you like?
Just one. Okay.
It's been my first hour, and so far I've sold 9 bags, 2 bracelets, and I made $17 in tips. Gourmet popcorn. Would you like a free popcorn sample?
I would love a sample. Thank you.
Thank you. That's kettle corn. You like one?
We have a caramel and a kettle.
Caramel in a kettle? Thank you. And would you like that, please?
Good.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day. Now for the next hour, I have sold 10 bags and I've gotten $4 in tips. Hi, I'm selling the world's best gourmet popcorn. Would you like a free popcorn sample?
I'll try it. And this is you?
Mm-hmm. That was me when I first started when I was 5 years old.
Wow. Good. Kettle corn
Kettle corn?
and the caramel.
Kettle corn and the caramel? Maybe. Yes, I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all.
I'm gonna get one of your kettle corn.
How many would you like? Just one, okay. That'll be $5.
I have the best popcorn in the world.
I have caramel.
Thank you.
Thank you. Will that be all?
Tell me about your business, Audrey.
Well, I started my business when I was 5 years old, and I used to make it in the kitchen with my dad, and then we would go door to door, and then I kept building it up and building up, and then I partnered with a factory. Now they're making it for us so I can sell more and have more flavors.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
I'm Audrey.
you. Audrey, this is Reg.
I hit my 30 bag mark, and I still have 20 minutes left. So let's see what we can do. I'm selling the world's best gourmet popcorn. Would you like a free popcorn sample?
No, thank you.
Yeah, we'll take this.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Debit.
So much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna eat all the cheese pops out there, so y'all are out of luck on the cheese.
Thank you so much, Audrey. What you're doing is really awesome.
Thank you. I started when I was 5. Now I'm 11. It's just, I blew the challenge away today. I sold 43 bags, got $33 in tips, and I sold 2 bracelets. Now it's time for me to pack up.
Wow, I'm so blown away. And one of the things I learned during your speech this morning is that you get 10 no's for every yes. So, Audrey, how do you deal with rejection?
Honestly, I think that it's just a part of business. It's just a part of what you have to go through. And it doesn't bother me, because, I mean, I've experienced it where, I'll go to a store, somebody will be passing out a sample or whatever, and I'll try it, I'll not like it, or whatever that is. And it's okay to say no, and it's just a part of owning a business.
And you said something that had everybody clapping this morning. You want to be the Coca-Cola of gourmet popcorn.
Yes, and I will do that. I'm going to be the Coca-Cola of gourmet popcorn.
And then your dad asked you a question, what would you sell the company for? And I think you said $1 billion?
Yes, I'm going to sell my company for $1 billion.
Okay, so Hershey's Frito-Lay, if you're watching, be prepared to write that check. All right, Dad, let's. You are quite the entrepreneur as well, and an amazing speaker. You wrote a best-selling book. We're going to put it up on the screen. It's called The Winning Formula. Talk about your book.
So my book, it came from I grew up racing. So I was, my dad raced. I started racing when I was 8 years old. So very similar to what Audrey does. For me, it was we'd work on our motorcycle go-kart during the week, and then we'd go race on the weekends. So with Audrey, we make the popcorn during the week, and then we'd go sell on the weekend. So it's really the same sort of concept. And one of the things that I learned in motorsports is there's 3 principles that you have to follow if you want to win. It doesn't matter what you're really doing, whether it's sports, you're in entertainment, you're politics, you run a business. They're all the same things. And the 3 principles you have to have the skill, you have to have the will, and you have to have the means. And what I mean by that is, for example, I could have been the greatest race car driver that has ever existed. Yeah, you could have that skill, but do you have the will? Are you going to put up all the effort that it takes to do it? Are you going to put everything into it? So that's part of it. And then even if you do have all the skill and you do have all the will, you still have to have the means. So the means is not just money. I mean, it takes more than that. I mean, you have to, do you know the other team owners? Do you know the manufacturers? Do you know how the industry actually really works? So, I mean, if you put the thing into terms of like entertainment, you could have somebody like, say, a Taylor Swift. There's many people out there who say, oh, I can sing better than Taylor Swift. But okay, that's one part of it. That's a skill. Are you willing to go sing in front of anybody? Will you walk out on the street and just start singing? Because she would do that, no problem. And then also you look at like her family put her in the right environment. So they moved her to Nashville when she was really young. So you have the ability to get the means. So Audrey's sort of in the same boat. So we work on our skills all the time. So whether it's techniques of selling, whether it's leadership, whether it's decision-making of running a business. So this is what entrepreneurs have to do. So she has to work on that, and that takes time. The other thing is, does she have the will? We go out there, whether it's raining, snow, cold, it doesn't matter. We go every Saturday, half days on Sunday, and it just doesn't matter. So does she have the will to do that? And then the means is going to be along the lines of, does she have the connections with, like you just brought up, like Hershey's or whether it's Frito-Lay? How do we know the buyers of all the retail stores? Do we have a place that we're selling at? I mean, and then of course, yes, you do have to have some of the money to be able to make sort of the fuel to make those connections and those means work. But it takes all three of those. And there's a lot of people that will go out there and they'll be like, oh, I got a great education, or I did this, why am I failing? It's like, well, you're not full, and you need all three of those full if you want to win. And that's where you see some people that can be good in business, they're good in sports, they're good in politics, they're good in anything, because that's really all they're really doing. They may not think of it in those terms, but that is what they're doing.
Yes, and Jeff is an amazing speaker. We found one of his sizzle reels. Let's go ahead and roll that.
The world needs your greatness. What I'm going to talk about today is what it really takes, what it really requires to win. I believe everybody in here can win. There are winners, and there are people who haven't discovered how to win. And the way I define expectations is just magical thinking. Let me tell you the secret. Winners know where and how to focus their energies. Did he get her a go-kart? Of course I did. The world rewards momentum. You can never think or plan your way to success. I'm going to guarantee 3 golden takeaways that if you use one of these, it's going to double your sales. I want you to feel that, and I want you to see yourself as the #1 Infiniti dealership in the country. There's a 3-step process to anybody buying anything, and this is the way it's been from the beginning of time. Now he knows the difference. It's not the same. You don't accidentally win. Never hesitate to get your team what they need to win. If you hesitate just one time, you can't win. What she's doing is causing a popcorn problem. And all they need is just a little coaching, some new insight or a different strategy to unlock a way to win. If you're a leader, you have to be insanely committed to win.
Well, we're taping this just a week after Father's Day, and so it just struck me as I was listening to you, one, just the great affection that you and your daughter have for each other, but also the life lessons that you're learning. So, Audrey, most people your age, they can't look you in the eye and shake your hand and have a conversation. I bet this is going to carry you through life. Do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, yeah, just that confidence. Dad, do you want to echo that?
Oh, yeah. I mean, you have to get reps, no matter what it is. You have to get reps. You have to have the freedom to be able to make mistakes and to try and just to get out there. Because if you don't, and also to be able to make decisions. Because, I mean, a lot of, from when she was really, really young, we always would be, say you're at the doctor's office and they would ask, they're trying to find out something with her. And they would say, and then they ask a question. They look over at me and her mom. We're like, yeah, she is a person. She can answer you just fine. And, but it's on her. So I think a lot of people don't give their kids the freedom to be able to talk and to be able to express themselves. and to treat them like they're a person, like, and not act like, oh, I got to kid gloves around every little thing. It's like, not really. They're just fine.
Yes. Okay, we're almost out of time, so we're going to give you the final word, Audrey, and I'm going to set you up this way. There are going to be kids your age and younger watching this show. What words of encouragement do you want to give to kids your age and younger about starting their own business?
You know, I'd probably just say, if you want to do something, then just do it, no matter how hard it is or no matter anything. Just do what you want to do, because you won't regret it.
Okay, now this is your first TV interview, so when Frito-Lay writes you that $1 billion check, you won't forget me, will you? You two have been amazing. We're going to end with both of their websites. We're going to start with Audrey's Popcorn. There it is, audreyspopcorn.com. And then Dad is jeffharrison.com. Thank you both for sharing your heart and your wisdom, and for being really one of the most memorable Success North Dallas speakers of all time. Thank you both.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.